Salute, salute, salute. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Appreciate you guys for stopping on in. Thursday, May 15th, 2025. I want to start this video off by saying congratulations. Once again, an incredible night last night in the world of scripted sports. For those of you that don't know, we had a huge sweat both in the MLB and NHL. I do want to say salute to everybody that's been taking advantage of the consultations recently, as we have the NBA playoffs going on right now, NHL playoffs going on, as well as right smack almost in the middle of the MLB regular season. Right, so tons of things going on, and occasionally we have the UFC MMA going on pretty much bi-weekly, right? And that's been pretty good for us as well. But last night, let's talk about it. Last night, the confident recommendation was to take the Houston Astros as a slight favorite at home to defeat the Kansas City Royals. Looking at the numbers, we saw exactly what we wanted to see with the significant win or loss that could be picked up, and we identified Houston as the value play, as the winner. Now, because of the way the game played out, Kansas City pretty much led the entire game up until the last two innings, in which Houston made a push to steal the win, which is exactly what they did. But because of that, Kansas City took multiple leads. They took a 1-0 lead, they took a 2-1 lead, and then they took a 3-1 lead as well. So several opportunities to take advantage of a plus money live underdog for Houston. I saw it as high as plus 350 when they trailed 3-1 late in the game. Depending on the book and where you lay your action, those odds may have varied. But multiple opportunities last night to take advantage of a plus money underdog, which is something I've been preaching and showing people how to do for the past 3-4 years now. And Houston did exactly what we needed to be done, which was steal the game, right? Defeating Kansas City 4-3. Very, very symbolic number for Houston, 43. And they did that also on the 14th day of the month, right? So 43, the 14th prime. Houston wins 4-3, and that's exactly what we wanted to see. So shout out to Houston for taking care of business and stealing this one. Shout out to the multiple underdog scenarios that happened throughout the game. Shout out to you if you were able to take advantage of them. What I do see sometimes is when people put in action on a game, for example, like last night, when you place action prior to the game starting and the game's not going maybe how you want it to go, right? Your team is losing. There's a slight hesitation, fear factor of putting additional money on a live underdog scenario, right? And that makes perfect sense. Totally understand that. But there is power in the numbers, right? There has to be a certain level of confidence supporting the outcome that you predicted. And just like with anything, right? With stocks, with bonds, with crypto, there is a slight gambling element to it. Sometimes the games don't work out the way you want them to, but in these instances, the plus money, when you're getting 3x or possibly 4x, you have to just do the math, right? You have to take that into consideration. Is it beneficial for you at that point, right? How confident are you to jump in and possibly put some more money at risk? So shout out to everybody that did that. Hold on 1 second. I got a delivery. 1 second. Hold on. Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. Had somebody at the door. Package. All right. Yeah, so back to it. Salute to the Houston Astros and salute to Kansas City for selling out and end up losing the game. They had Michael Lorenzen, who's a former, he's like a what they call he's been on several teams throughout his career, but former Cincinnati Red, just looking incredible yesterday, right? Houston couldn't put anything together. and it was quite a boring game throughout it. But sometimes you have to suffer through something like that, and just wait until the game is over. So shout out to Houston, shout out to everybody. Appreciate you guys very much. And then also, this was something I spoke about on. Shout out to everybody that took advantage of the consultations yesterday. We spoke about this. I highlighted this specific game last night. So for those of you that don't know, we're going to talk about it. The Edmonton Oilers versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Edmonton ended up advancing and defeating Las Vegas last night, so they're moving on to the next round. And just looking at these games, right, the scores and everything like that, there was a significant prop bet last night that, not that I felt extremely confident in, but the odds just were like ridiculous. It was plus 2,500, right? So what I advised everybody was, I was like, look, pay attention to how the game's going. Watch the first period, see what's going on, see how they're playing, see the aggression and stuff like that. And if it makes sense to you, you might want to lay a little bit of action on the no goal for the 60 minutes. So for people that don't know what that is you're basically betting that there will be no goal in the first period, second period, and third period. So the totality of 60 minutes, right, a regulation game, there will be no goal. Last night, I saw my odds specifically that I got was plus 2,500. Some people got it as high as plus 3,000. So, $10 would have got you $300. $100 would have got you 3,000. And it was a very, very significant multiplier. That's all I should say. So had you put it in with like a parlay or anything like that, like it drastically increased your odds ridiculously. Paid out great. They ended up not scoring in regulation, and then Edmonton won in overtime. So the no goal for regulation time hit plus 2,500, plus 3,000, depending on where you place your action. And yeah, and there wasn't any expert science behind it or anything like that. I had been watching the previous games in this series, and there had been a ton of goals scored early on in the series, right? If you see the scores right here, 4-2, 5-4, 4-3, a bunch of goals scored, and then they kind of slowed down in game 4, where the Oilers won 3-0. Now, the main reason why I thought that it would be a low scoring game was because Edmonton came into this game up 3-1. So obviously they're in control of this series. I thought they would play way more defensively than they did offensively. So, and again, the Oilers have been the aggressive team in this series. They've scored the majority of the goals. And from my point of view, if the most aggressive team was going to come out and play defensively, the Golden Knights, who they haven't struggled to score, but they haven't scored as much on Edmonton. And if Edmonton was basically just going to pack the house and play great defense, I thought it would be a very, very tough game to score. And that's what ended up happening. So that was really the thought behind this game and that bet. And then obviously you take into consideration the odds where you're getting 25x or 30x. It was just something, to kind of throw a little bit of money on, and you got a significant return, right? Like if you put $5 on it, you could have made $150. So a $5 bet is not insane. To throw something at it like that with great odds, and it ended up smacking. So shout out to everybody that booked the consultation yesterday, that reached out to me independently, because here's another thing. I do consultations where we have one-on-one FaceTime meetings where we talk about whatever you want to talk about. We can strategize. We can talk about additional bets. We can talk about futures. We can talk about whatever. So that's the advantage of booking a consultation with me. But then all the people who reach out to me through DM, through message and stuff like that, that of taking that level of taking it to the next step, to reach out personally and kind of get a correspondence and a dialogue going back and forth. Everybody has that option, But the thing is, not a lot of people take advantage of it. You'd be surprised. So when you invest your money in something and someone, you want to get the most out of it. So shout out to the people that really take their investment serious. Shout out to the people that put their money where their mouth is and invest in consultations, additional plays, futures, all these additional things that take a lot of hard work and effort by myself, because I don't have a team behind me. I do this all by myself independently. But yeah, shout out to everybody who makes an investment and then puts their money behind that investment and confidence and support. So appreciate you guys once again. Awesome night last night. Salute to everybody. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. I should have made this video last night. However, the game ended up ending. Like I said, it went to overtime, so it was a late game by the time it was done. So that's the reason I'm making the video today. But again, we got a slate of NHL playoff games today as well. We have early MLB. And then we have a game 6 going on, between the Denver Nuggets and Oklahoma City Thunder. So still a ton of things on the slate today. I got to get back to work. So I appreciate you guys. If you're in here, please remember to click the like, share, subscribe button and turn on your notifications, right? So the notification bell on YouTube, right now when you subscribe, it only notifies you of recommended live streams or videos, but you can go ahead and change that to alert you for all notifications. Okay, that's another way that YouTube controls what you're alerted by and stuff like that, and continues to bury us in the algorithm. So turn on all the notifications for all videos, uploads, live streams, and yeah, just click the thumbs up button. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, and I will see you guys real soon. For those of you that don't know, my name is Victor, aka Mr. Futures, and yeah, take care. Positive vibes always. And still got the futures going on right now. So we have an NHL future that's still live, right? We have our NBA future that's obviously live, as well as our MLB future for the 2025 World Series that we gave out before the season started. Obviously it's still live because the regular season still. But yeah, you can invest in all those things: NHL, NBA, as well as the MLB. So if you want to take advantage of that, reach out to me on Instagram at Mr.Futures, mr.futur3s on Instagram. You can also, if you're not a member of the Patreon already, the link for the Patreon is in the description of this video, as well as any other video I post. So you might want to get on over there and link up and join up and take advantage of it, right? So appreciate you guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your week. Salute. And I will be back very soon. Take care.